Hi and welcome to another Shōgun user video. My name is Katie and today I'll be showing you setup and calibration for a character with a cluster. Okay, let's get started. At this point you should have a calibration, so now we're ready to marker up our actor. For real-time subject calibration, Shōgun relies on correct, accurate placement of all markers. Here's a few placements to bear in mind. The shoulders are further apart than you'd expect, as this position has the best center of rotation and it means the solving bones are long enough for the shoulders. The inner ankle is on the heel to avoid occlusion, and to stop the arms and legs flipping the wrong way round, we put the markers further on the joints. We believe this marker setup yields the best results, so we wouldn't recommend changing it when capturing a human. You can find detailed images of the marker setup in the documentation. We aren't capturing finger data today, but if we were, we would add 6 markers to our 53 marker setup, 3 on each hand. 1 goes on the thumb, 1 goes on the index, and 1 on the pinky. When capturing finger data, marker placement is very important as the fingers can be occluded easily, making them very difficult to clean up, so we want the best solve we can. We use a 3 from 5 setup for fingers, which means 3 markers will drive 5 bones using interpolation. Your T-pose for your ROM needs to have straight fingers facing outwards, and the thumb needs to be tight to the index finger. Now we shall add a cluster. Clusters are used to help boot the labeling setup and help the software uniquely identify characters, which is especially helpful when you have multiple actors in your volume. To create one, you simply select all the markers on our cluster and hit Create Cluster in the Subject's Calibration tab. This will add it to our Manage Clusters, which is also in this tab. Here we can import and delete our clusters. They can be anywhere on our actor, but we recommend the torso but not too close to other markers, as this could cause swaps. Okay, so we're now going to add the cluster to our subject. As you can see, the cluster automatically boots when it's brought into the system because we've already made a cluster out of it. We're going to pop that on our actor here, on the front of the chest, making sure it's not too close to any other markers, as this could cause swaps. This all looks good, so we're ready to calibrate our subject. We want to give our subject a name, which will be Lula. We have 2 labeling templates. We have one that supports fingers and one without. We'll go for no fingers for this one. We have the solving templates. We're going to go for our default skeleton. And we also support 2 different meshes, a female and a male mesh. We'll go for the male one today. Then we ask our actor to do a T-pose and we hit Create Subject. We'll see our skeleton boot onto our character. And what we want to do right now is check that the markers are being labeled correctly. So it's good to check the hands. And once we're happy with that, we can hit Accept T-pose, and this is when our actor does their ROM. The movements in the ROM should ensure that each joint is bent to its full extent. Now we have a character ready to be recorded. If we go to our view settings at the top of the perspective viewport, we can now find our different layers to our character. This includes the labeling skeleton, solving skeleton, and character mesh. The character mesh is useful for seeing a more accurate representation of what your character is going to look like, not just stick lines, which is great for knowing what your retargeting is going to look like. In the left bottom corner, we have the subject panel, which shows all our subjects and props we've created in our scene. If we right-click on the skin We can change the base colour and highlight colour of our character, making them easier to identify. We can also see occluded markers in our live view easily, as an occluded marker goes red. This can be turned on and off in the view settings. So we also support live subject calibration. This is important if a marker moves. So first of all, we're going to move a marker, and you can see that the marker's gone red because we know it's missing. Now if we move it slightly, we'll put it at the front of the arm, we can see it's in the wrong place now. And we can show that by going into our targets, and we can see that our target is off. You can see where it's expected and where it is. Okay, we'll move another one as well. There we go. So the targets are off. To fix this, what we can do is go to our Recalibrate Selected, which is in the Subject Calibration tab. So we select our subject, we hit Recalibrate, and we ask our actor to go into a T-pose. Once we're happy, we hit Accept T-pose again. So then we want a quick range of motion, nothing too strenuous. T-pose again, and we are all done. We can see that the targets are in the right position now. Same on the other side. The bone lengths of the joints aren't affected, so we only need to do a small range of motion. And that covers everything on subject calibration. Thanks for watching.